just gonna start so that I get right off.
What?
I'm not ready now.
Not ready?
I need to yawn some more.
You have time. You can do it, buddy.
There's too much pressure. Look at that, the lights, the crowd, I can't handle it.
I've just,
I can't get back on that stage. You're alive?
Wow, he did it. I barely opened one eye as I felt a searing spotlight upon me.
Ugh, put it away.
That's the first time you didn't say ARG. It was actually quite nice. Very good. You're a voice actor at heart.
Yeah.
Eliza was
I'm glad
squatting.
my args triggered you. Now I know.
Your ARGs and your sighs.
What do you mean, me saying the word sigh or my normal one?
Your normal sigh. That's
Well,
what.
that's to be expected.
Someday you'll just be like an angry barkeeper.
Cool. Okay.
It's your.
I'll be the wise barkeeper.
Ah, yes, yes. But you'll need to be old for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen.
You're gonna die before that. Eliza was squatting next to me and looking at me in a nervous manner.
Was that guaranteed? Are you gonna be the one that deals the fatal blow?
No, I'm dying first.
No, I'm down first.
I called it.
I'm gonna be the one that dies young and they'll remember me as cool.
Rock, paper, scissors to see who dies first.
Okay.
Alright. How would you use it?
Ooh, okay. You tell me.
Say it at the same time.
3,
Two,
2,
1.
1.
Scissors.
Paper.
I win.
Any limbs broken?
It's a good bit.
Yeah, right in the middle. I don't know.
I've moved my hands and I have moved my hands and feet. Everything seemed to be fine.
Yeah, I've moved them before. It's daily stuff.
I'm not a quadriplegic. Given the height, I was pretty lucky to make it down alive. I barely managed to stand up and examine the crash site. Indeed, we were in some kind of long corridor. There was some kind of heavy wiring along the walls and the lamps encased in heavy metal holders attached to the ceiling.
Eliza, what happened to your eye? Something must have happened.
Oh, it's just my lazy eye, don't worry. In any other situation, I would have guessed that it's a subway service tunnel, but it was hardly like the hardly likely that Sylvia has already reached such a level of infrastructure.
Where are we?
She looks so sad.
I don't know, but we have to get out of here.
Climbing the crumbled wall was hardly an option. In fact, I was wondering how we even survived a fall from such a height.
Well, it seems that we've got to find an exit somewhere else. How do we do that?
Eliza asked, slowly turning pale. Not a single trace of her usual arrogance remained on her face.
Well, I guess there's gotta be an exit here, right? Probably, but which way do we go? Now that's a good question.
At first glance, it seemed like a good idea to head towards the camp, at least in the direction I thought it was, but I hadn't seen anything there that resembled an exit from the catacombs. And that means it should rather try the opposite direction. Fudge.
Give me that.
Just looking down at our dick.
I don't know how to voice that out, just to be angry.
My eyes are up here. I snatched the flashlight. Snatched, hello that word. I snatched the flashlight from Eliza's hand and pointed its light into the darkness.
Snatch.
Snatched.
That way.
Reused.
I probably said this the last time, but like those lines make it look like he was just blinking in the photo.
It's so great. I love it.
Yeah.
I like being able to see his nostrils too.
Oh yeah.
We were slowly proceeding forward with Eliza keeping a firm grip on my hand. In other circumstances, I might have been surprised, embarrassed, or even rejoiced. How should I know? But right now I was just eager to get out of here as soon as possible. My bruises from the fall were aching. The blood was pulsing my head like a heavy pendulum. Even the flickering spotlight that kept illuminating the same cement walls continually wasn't exactly raising a morale.
I need to point out something.
Pointed out.
Behind Semyon's hand, you can see an outline, but I don't think it was fully colored in. You see that? Like the black lines?
Well, I mean, it's like her hand. It's like her fingers.
Oh, it's just in the shade.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
okay.
I
I thought
mean,
they were just
honestly,
wasn't colored in.
you're probably right that they didn't color that part in. But like, it's supposed to be her fingies.
I see, I see. Damn, there's also Sharik. What? Why did we go into the Night Forest in the first place? To find Sharik. Oh, just forget him. He might have fallen down here just like us.
Of course, Eliza has a point. This wasn't exactly the best time to engage in a search mission. If we didn't manage to get out, there would be a search mission for us instead. But I just couldn't take my mind off of the thought. It was as if Shriek was standing right before my eyes, giving me a reproachful look.
Look out!
Eliza yelled. Almost crashed into a massive metal door. That looks cool.
Hmm.
Huh. Also, I don't know how we would have... We're the one with the flashlight, right?
Yeah, you can see the flashlight beaming on the door handle.
A biohazard sign immediately.
Okay, that's a radioactive one, not a biohazard. Sorry.
There's a difference?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
The other one's got like a lot of like lines and stuff, not like whatever.
I just assumed they were synonymous, the two words.
I mean, they both represent danger, but they're different symbols though.
This one's for atomic waste.
Yes, radiation.
Yes.
This means that we're in a bomb shelter.
I mumbled under my breath.
Yeah, I've heard of something like that. You have? Why didn't you mention it before? How would I know it'd be important?
That's fair.
I guess you're right. Fine.
I grasped the door's wheel and pushed it as hard as I could, trying to turn it. The rusty metal grated, but refused to budge.
Stop slacking, help me.
Eliza hesitated a little, but then grasped the handle and started to pull. Finally, we managed to turn the wheel and the door opened. Hey, look.
Ooh.
It was hard to mistake the room we entered for anything else. It was definitely a bomb shelter.
I've been in this place before.
Deja vu. Cabinets full of gas masks and dry rations, lots of equipment, bunk beds, and air-free circulation systems. There was everything one would need to survive a nuclear war. Well, at least to survive the first blast. Eliza clenched my arm even tighter.
What is it? What?
Did she just get red?
What?
I
didn't notice.
I guess she just looks redder than usual. Never mind. She blabbered under her breath.
Intense blushing. I'm scared. What are you scared of? Indeed, what of? We tumbled down into an abandoned bomb shelter, and now we're wandering here in the dark trying to find an exit? Oh yeah, nothing to be afraid of.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Those thoughts made me squirm, and I instinctively drew nearer to Eliza. She didn't say a thing, just blushed a little and turned her back to me.
Well, in any case... What? We have to keep searching for an exit. Well, there's another door.
Indeed, there was a door on the far wall, just like the one we came in through. However, no matter how hard I tried, 'twas stuck.
Need some help? Nope, it's jammed for good.
Okay. I glanced around the room trying to find something that would work as a lever and noticed a crowbar in the far corner.
I ain't letting the woman help me open the door.
Didn't Elena help us last time?
It's possible. Great.
Eliza gave okay, a blank stare.
Watch it.
However, I still couldn't move the handle even an inch using the crowbar. Totally exhausted, I flopped on it. I tried for 2 seconds. Totally exhausted, I flopped on a neatly made bunk and gave a sigh.
We have to walk back. But we just came from there.
Eliza seemed to regain a bit of her self-control, as well as her usual rudeness.
Well, you can stay here if you want. There's water, ration kits, probably the radio's still working.
She looked at me spitefully, but said nothing. My whole body ached terribly. It was only now I tried to relax that I began to realize how badly. A deep wound on my leg was bleeding profusely. My hands were heavily bruised. Blood was thickening in my hair. Jeez!
And are you okay?
I asked Eliza, either just out of courtesy or because I was really worried about her. It took her some time to answer.
How can we be okay in a situation like this? Well, I mean that.
I pointed to the wound on my leg.
Oh,
Cried Eliza.
we need to sanitize it urgently. No need, I'll survive. Oh, stop. We must do it or you'll risk getting it infected and then they'll take your leg off. My granddad lost his leg that way in the war.
Eliza looked truly concerned, and I decided not to argue.
Okay, but it's kind of a long way to the infirmary. Hang on.
She smiled and started to rummage through the cabinets. There was a fair chance of finding some kind of medicine in a bomb shelter, and soon Eliza pulled out a first aid kit with a triumphant look.
Okay, hold still. Well, I'll try.
Treating the wound with an iodine-soaked cotton swab felt like the touch of a red-hot iron. I clenched my teeth hard and hissed with pain.
Oh, come on. It's not that painful. It is. Maybe you should try it yourself, huh?
It was easier with my other wounds, and soon enough I looked like a leopard, all covered in brown spots.
What? Okay. Thanks. Don't you think that was anything special? We just had to treat your injuries.
Flip an anime. Do this garbage all the time. Eliza snorted and turned her back on me.
Sure.
I refrained from arguing and got up from the bunk. Even a short rest had definitely been good for me.
Well, shall we go?
Eliza clenched my arm, walking close in step with me. We headed back slowly, carefully looking for a hole in the ceiling.
Oh, that's why he couldn't see the door. His eyes were closed the whole time.
That's what it... And he couldn't pry it open, because he couldn't see which way he had to pull the
Yeah.
crowbar. That makes sense. Yes, the tunnel seemed endless. We couldn't find the place where we fell down, not after 5 nor even 10 minutes.
Are we lost?
Eliza asked sadly.
It might be possible to get lost in the forest.
It just came to me that that's exactly what we'd accomplished half an hour ago. So to refrain from scaring her even further, I continued with confidence.
But this is a single straight tunnel. You can't get lost here. So, where are we gonna end up then?
My words didn't seem to calm Eliza down enough.
We'll get out of here. There's always an exit. Really? Of course there is. The workers that built it somehow got back up to the surface, didn't they? Yeah, I guess.
It appeared that she was trying hard to look as bold as usual, but it wasn't turning out well. In the dim light, it was evident that Eliza was shivering. A look of extreme exertion was plastered on her face.
Alright, let's move forward.
In a few minutes, I noticed a hole in the floor. It looked like a shell crater, large enough to get ourselves through.
What's down there? Hell if I know.
I kneeled and pointed the light downwards. Damp ground, some kind of rail tracks.
Must be a mine.
Eliza looked at me, terrified.
What did you just say?
A mines? My grandpa died in a mine.
In the war.
That's why he lost his leg. Of course, we could easily sidestep the hole, but my instincts insisted that we wouldn't encounter anything good proceeding down the tunnel either. There'd be either a dead end or yet another jammed door. On the other hand, it wasn't naive to believe that we would find an exit in the mines.
We could give it a try. In the worst case, we'll just come back. It's low enough to let us climb back up later.
Her face took on a suffering expression, and Eliza turned away from the light and quietly said,
If you say so.
Nice. As I thought, we were in a mine. Wow. Miles of rust-eaten tracks stretched far away down the corridors. I could virtually see the overloaded minecarts creaking along these tracks ages ago. The walls were propped up by rotten beams, and water occasionally dripped from the ceiling. I wasn't sure whether it was scarier here in the catacombs of the bomb shelter above. I'd say that up there, it was like a post-apocalyptic setting, and down here, occult medievalism reigned. In any case, I was even more eager to get out of here, and to do so as soon as possible. Eliza didn't utter a word after we descended into the mine. She just walked next to me, clenching my hand so hard I started to worry.
Are you alright? No.
She said quietly.
I understand that it can't be okay, but how are you holding up? Fine.
She replied with that indifferent voice.
That's good, because...
I really wanted to say, because if you go nuts too, it's gonna be a massacre.
Because we will find an exit. We'll definitely find one. Yeah.
It seemed like she wouldn't last much longer.
We should go faster.
I quickened my steps and we reached a fork after a couple dozen metres.
Well? So, which way?
Eliza seemed to have completely disconnected from the outer world and didn't worry about what would happen to us or how we could leave this place.
Well, let's think. To the left or to the right? And what if we get lost?
I decided to put a mark on the wall in case we get lost and return to the spot again. Soon a large cross, scratched with stone, decorated one of the beams.
So, now we're ready to go.
I wonder which way we're gonna go.
Left.
Wanna constantly go left again?
Is that what we did last time?
Yeah. I like that. It seems that there's another fork in the road. I like forks.
I like right.
Fine. There you go. Go
There.
left again. Right.
Oh, right.
Left.
Right.
I wonder how long we can go on with this.
Okay.
Oh, we were here just a few minutes ago.
I guess this is just the way.
Seems there's
Oh.
another fork in the road.
Okay, never mind. All right now.
Oh.
Seems there's another fork in the road. Seems there's another fork in the road. Seems there's another fork. Oh.
We returned to the place where we'd begun.
How can you tell the difference? So we took a wrong turn somewhere. Let's keep on searching. Alright, right.
Seems there's another fork in the road.
Open
It
fork
seems
in
that
the
there's
road.
another fork in the road.
There's a spoon
Oh
in the
my
road.
gosh!
Whoa! What diamonds, baby?
What the? Finally, we came out of a tunnel into some kind of hall with a high ceiling. Though it could hardly be called a hall. They must have used to mine something here.
Diamonds, baby.
Coal, probably. Or maybe gold.
Look at that shine. That sheen.
It's so scary. The walls have been cut by pickaxes or pneumatic drills.
It's beautiful.
This place was pitch black, so our only salvation was the flashlight.
If it breaks, it's unlikely that we'll ever get out of here.
I noticed a red piece of cloth in its light. It was a pioneer's neckerchief. Shriek was obviously here somewhere.
Shriek? Shriek. I said that first one a little too loud.
Only my echo responded to me.
Why are you shouting? It's not like you can hear you. You never know.
Eliza didn't reply, just sighed. There's no other exit from this hall.
Obviously, it's quite possible that there are some nooks in these tunnels we haven't checked yet. So, we have to keep looking.
It seems there's another fork in the road.
There's a butter knife in the road.
Finally. Following the curve, I saw a wooden door in the torchlight.
There you go, here's something. You think so?
Les looked a little refreshed.
I know so. I meant to change it. Why not?
Jeffrey speaking. I really wasn't sure that there'd be an exit behind this door. But it wasn't like we had another choice.
Buh.
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 I pulled the handle. We found ourselves in some kind of room that resembled either a boiler room or a utility room under the bomb shelter. Empty bottles, cigarette butts, and other bits of debris littered the floor. That proves that there's an exit from these caves. I scanned the room with the flashlight, and in the farthest corner I saw... Holy. Shriek, doubled up and trembling all over.
Shriek. You're sucking on your thumb like a baby nerd.
Who's that? He stammered.
Shriek, we've been looking for you all night and you're just sitting here? Get up.
I'm not going anywhere. He started quietly, but with every word his voice gained strength until he was shouting at the top of his lungs. No, I won't go with you anywhere. You don't exist. You're not here anyway. It's a hallucination. It's untied.
What do you mean by you aren't here? Here we are, we came searching for you.
Eliza had remained silent until now, but then she let go of my hand and took a few steps towards Sharik.
What are you doing?
I asked quietly. She hesitated for a moment, but proceeded as if not hearing me. Oh, jeez. Finally, having come close to the lost pioneer, Eliza fetched him a scathing slap across the face.
Ooh. You! We nearly died while searching for you. Those damned woods at night, that bomb shelter, these freaking mines. I'm one mass of bruises thanks to you. And you what? You're just hanging out, drinking booze, and seeing pig spiders, you bastard.
Shriek
God, that was
stared
a
at
lot.
her. Wait, what?
That was a lot.
I
Too
know.
many words.
That's very good, though. Shriek stared at her with a bemused look.
Now then, get your ass up and move.
No. He began to whisper quietly. No. Somewhere deep inside me, on the very edge of my awareness, I got a feeling that something really bad was going to happen now. It happened. A premonition, intuition, or just an analysis of the situation. From the way Sharik was sitting, or the expression on his face hinted at his following actions. And probably all that together, I rushed to Eliza, the light furiously jumping all over the room, and highlighted Sharik's face for a second, twisted with madness. He was wielding a metal rod, and if I hadn't been a moment too late, he would definitely have smashed Eliza's head in with it. But I made it. Everything. That's true. Everything was like a dream. The distant shout of a girl, a hollow
That was
thud.
actually him.
What?
That was actually him.
That's him. That's his scream. Everything was like a dream. The distant shout of a girl, a hollow thud, the flashlight going out, and the eerie silence, except for the heavy breathing of Sharik. It took me a while to come to my senses.
What are you doing, you jerk?
I checked my arm and it felt okay. The blow landed on the flashlight. So now we were in complete darkness. You won't get it! Won't get me! Sharik's hysterical laughter was quickly fading away in the distance.
Hey, where are you going? Get back here now.
Won't get. The yell vanished into the distance.
What a freak.
I have tried to fix the flashlight in the darkness. No way. Sharik is smashed into pieces with his rod. Then I suddenly thought of Eliza.
Are you okay?
I have heard a quiet sob, and at the same instant, I felt her embrace hugging me tightly.
Could do that every time now.
Yes.
You've noticed it? Okay, it's okay. It's all over now. Everything's fine. Well, in fact, nothing was fine, but I needed her to get a grip on herself. Otherwise, we stood no chance of getting out of here alive.
I tenderly caressed her head.
I wonder, Eliza crying, is that a funny thing? Maybe in different circumstances. I'm scared. That's okay, I'm scared too.
I noticed this strong and sudden transformation in Eliza.
But what the heck, anyone would be scared in these circumstances. Moreover, she's a girl.
Flippin' women.
But why aren't I scared? No, not scared. Why am I still able to keep my mind clear and speak sense?
Might it be because I have to worry about more than just myself?
Okay, come on, we have to get out of here anyway.
Get out of here.
Hold on just a sec.
Said Eliza quietly, and the room became illuminated by the dim flicker of a light's flame.
Where did that come from? The statue.
She forced a gentle smile and handed me the lighter.
Alright.
I quickly swept my eyes over the room, searching for something that could be used as a torch. There was some tattered rags and rot among the debris on the floor. One of the bottles contained some liquid that smelled like industrial alcohol. For better or for worse, in a minute I was holding something that resembled a flaming torch in my hands.
I don't know how long it'll last, so we gotta move quickly. Where to?
Eliza seemed to be returning to her senses.
Let's go back. At least we'll reach the bomb shelter. For one thing, there's light there.
She gave me a quiet nod, how can you have a loud nod, and took my hand.